Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog stampwithelaine.com and welcome to episode 2 of 12 in my Countdown to Christmas series. Today I have another flat card for you using the Winterwood stamp set. I've got mine in clear mount. It's also available in wood and the In Woods framelits dies. There are an outline tree die for this image here, but there's also a detail with this one where you can die cut another piece to go in the middle or place that on top of this one to make a bit more of a feature of the tree, so all these layers of pine needles will fluff up. And cut 2 trees instead of the one, with one pass through the big shot. Die cutting with the multiple dies, it means it minimises the number of times you have to pass it through the big shot. This one die cuts that, and these 2 trees are actually different. They're not quite the same, but again you can put them both through the big shot. We're also using the Wishing You Well stamp set. For my card base, I've cut an A4 sheet in half. In Europe that will measure 8 1/4 inches by 5 7/8 inches. That's 21 centimeters by 14.85 and folded in half. We're going to be using it in landscape. We need 2 pieces of Whisper White, both cut at 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. In metric, that's 9.5 by 14 centimeters. The other cardstock you need are the glimmer papers from Joyous Noel. You'll find them on page 29 of the new Autumn to catalogue. These are 6 by 6. There's 8 of each of 3 colours in Copper, Merry Merlot and Tranquil Tide. So we're going to be using the Tranquil Tide one. You'll also need some multi-purpose adhesive sheet. This has been cut at 6 by 6 and my intention is to pop them on the back of the 6 by 6 sheet of glimmer paper, and then it makes gluing the trees a lot easier. The inks I'm using are Merry Merlot, Grey Granite, Tranquil Tide and Soft Suede. And of course you'll need your big shot and magnetic platform. I've already got my multi-purpose adhesive sheet on the back of the glimmer paper and the tree die. If you're making lots of Christmas cards, then I would suggest you layer your dies like this, top to tail, and then cut the whole sheet. So you want the cutting edge face down, put it on top of your base plate, on top of the magnetic platform, this top cutting plate on top, and then you're ready to run it through the big shot. Another tip, if you're running a die like this through the big shot, don't have it going sideways like this. It's best to have it lengthways, so the long side parallel to the long side of your platforms. Out of 1 sheet of 6 by 6 glimmer paper, I managed to cut 9, so there's 8 here, and of course the one for the card here. Then I put them in this half-size box until I need them. I'm also using my stamp apparatus. I've already set it up. This one is for the stamp to go sideways. So let's bring in the card front. I've placed an ink pad underneath the lid. You could also place a stamp case that you're not using underneath so that it brings the acrylic plate in line with the top of the hinge. That makes it easier for you to ink it without putting strain on the acrylic plate. So stamp. Now I'm also doing some traditional stamping with this card. Clean my stamp, flip it over, change inks to Tranquil Tide. Then I can switch to some traditional stamping using this image here for the ground. And I've stamped the greeting first, so it gives me an idea where the ground is going to go. Once I've done that, then I can take my tree that I die cut earlier, pop it on there. So that's the card front done. Now we'll do the inside. I'm going to switch plates and use the other one. Ink up my sentiment. Switch ink pads. I'm going to use the acorn and find the centre. Doing it by eye. Then I use the pine needles with Tranquil Tide ink, and I'm just going to do that by eye as well. Then I'm going to stamp this bow from Wishing You Well in Merry Merlot. And now I'm ready to assemble the card. So Tombow adhesive on the back. I could add sequins and things on there, but I've decided to leave it plain and let the feature be this tree over here. So that's another flat card for posting. Should save you money instead of having it bulky. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Do give me a thumbs up, subscribe or share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section, with direct links to my online store. They'll also be listed on my blog at blog.stampwithelaine.com. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for visiting today, and I'll be back soon. Bye.